Being-Parktdolg-Duty and the Martfotai, Gurdjieff's path of inner obligation. Salutations. Thank you for joining me today. This is a talk I am giving in preparation for tonight's omnipresent work group. I'd like to invite you, first of all, to slow down, to stop. Settle into your own presence as you listen with the whole of oneself, so that you may represent to yourself as a three-brain being ought to be. Our exploration today is one of Gurdjieff's deepest ideas, a phrase that sounds strange at first, but opens into something very profound. Being-Parktdolg-Duty. And we will also explore how this idea relates to another one of Gurdjieff's unusual terms, the Martfotai, the highest being body of a human being. These ideas are not just metaphysical language. They are descriptions of a path of inner work, a path of becoming. Part 1. What Gurdjieff means by being. In Gurdjieff's teaching, everything begins with being. Being is not knowledge. Being is not belief. Being is not an idea we hold in the mind. Being is the quality of our presence, the density, the weight, the reality of our inner life. To understand being, we must first see how little of it we actually have. Most of the time, we live mechanically. We react. We drift. We are carried away by thoughts, by emotions, by habits. Our lives move on their own, while we appear only from time to time. So Gurdjieff invites us to ask, where am I? Am I here? Right now, as you listen, what is the quality of your presence? Perhaps notice your body, your breathing, the sensation of your hands, the contact of your feet on the floor, and the fact that you are listening. This simple act, to inhabit this moment, is already a movement towards being. Being is the ground on which everything else stands. The meaning of Being-Parktdolg-Duty. Let us move now to the central idea, Being-Parktdolg-Duty. This unusual phrase appears in Beelzebub's tales. It is described as the inner obligation that every three-brain being owes to existence itself. Not moral obligation, not social obligation, but the cosmic obligation to become conscious, to transform oneself, to fulfill the purpose for which one was created. Gurdjieff divides this duty into three parts. First, conscious labor, the voluntary effort to be present, to remember oneself, to direct attention intentionally. to act not mechanically but consciously. And second, intentional suffering, the willingness to endure inner friction, to go against ingrained habits, to accept discomfort voluntarily when it serves inner growth. This is not suffering imposed from the outside. It is the suffering we consciously choose when we refuse to be slaves to our impulses. And third, reciprocity, the reciprocal maintenance, the understanding that the universe is built on mutual exchange, that every being contributes to the harmony of the whole, and that humans have a role to play, not automatically, but consciously. And so, Being-Parktdolg-Duty is the work by which a human being becomes truly human, not like a machine, not a bundle of reactions, but a conscious participant in the great reciprocity of existence. The cosmological background. To understand this duty more fully, we need to step briefly into Gurdjieff's cosmology. He describes the universe as a vast living system in which everything feeds everything else. He calls this the trogo-auto-egocratic process, the universal reciprocal feeding. In this system, beings exist to transform energies. Plants transform one kind of energy, animals transform another, stars transform yet another. But humans, three-brain beings, were designed to transform some of the finest energies needed for the evolution of higher worlds. This is done through the human organism, which Gurdjieff calls a chemical factory. Our impressions, our emotions, our thoughts, our struggles, our choices, all produce inner substances. Some are coarse, some are fine, some are extremely fine. But here is the key. The finest substances, the ones needed for higher being, are produced only through conscious labor and intentional suffering. Without this effort, the factory works only on the lowest level. Its purpose is never fulfilled. But with conscious effort, something new is created. A human being begins to build a higher body, a body of consciousness, a body that does not die. This body is called the Martfotai. What is the Martfotai? Let us now turn to this term. Gurdjieff describes three possible being bodies. 1. The Kesdjan body, the emotional or astral body. 2. The higher mental body. And 3. The Martfotai body, the highest and most permanent. The Martfotai corresponds to what many traditions call the immortal body, the real I, the fully crystallized and coated individual. It is the part of us that can survive physical death, remaining awake, remaining conscious, remaining itself. But this body is not given automatically. It is not inherited. It is not the birthright of every person. The Martfotai is constructed from the finest substances produced in the human organism through the practice of Being-Parktdolg-Duty. In other words, Being-Parktdolg-Duty is the method. The Martfotai is the result. Or even more simply, the duty is the work. The Martfotai is the being that the work creates. How the duty creates the Martfotai. We can look closely at how this happens. 1. Conscious labor. Conscious labor creates the substances needed for the first higher body. When we self-remember, when we direct attention intentionally, the energy of awareness consolidates. 2. Intentional suffering. Intentional suffering creates even finer substances. Each time we resist mechanical reactions, each time we hold an emotion without acting on it, each time we endure inner friction consciously, new materials are formed. 3. Full Being-Parktdolg-Duty. Full Being-Parktdolg-Duty creates the very rare substances that crystallize into the Martfotai, just as heat transforms metal, just as pressure forms crystals. Inner effort transforms consciousness, bit by bit, moment by moment, in the furnace of ordinary life. A new body begins to take form. A body that is stable, a body that is unified, a body that is real. This is the Martfotai. And here is the paradox. Before the Martfotai is formed, Being-Parktdolg-Duty is difficult. It goes against our habits. It requires discipline and sacrifice. But after the Martfotai begins to form, the duty becomes natural. It becomes joy. It becomes the expression of a unified being. Once it was effort, then it becomes natural. What was once conscious suffering now becomes love. Practical applications for our daily life. How do we approach this in ordinary daily life? Not through esoteric practices, not through withdrawal from the world, but in the midst of our real circumstances. 1. Self-remembering. At any moment, I am here, sensing the body and the breath, receiving impressions consciously. 2. Self-observation. Seeing our reactions, our emotions, our habits, without identifying with them. 3. Inner sacrifice. Refraining from the unnecessary talk, withholding a mechanical reaction, accepting difficult emotions without acting on them. Doing a disliked task intentionally. 4. Presence in relationship. Listening without preparing to answer, seeing the others as they are, remaining inwardly collected. These small acts, performed sincerely, are the building blocks of Being-Parktdolg-Duty. They are also the seeds from which the Martfotai grows. A contemplative exercise. Before we close, I'd like to invite you into a short exercise. Sit comfortably. Let your breathing be natural. Sense the weight of your body, the contact with the chair on the floor. Bring attention to the sensation of your right hand and then your left hand. Hold both sensations together. Now, expand your awareness to the whole body, the chest rising and falling, the spine, the feet. Allow the body to be as it is, but be present within it. Now sense the space around you, the room, the sounds, the environment. And in this expanded field, include yourself, your presence, your existence. Quietly ask, am I here? This is the taste, the flavor of Being-Parktdolg-Duty. A moment of remembering, a moment of being. We have explored today the meaning of Being-Parktdolg-Duty, the inner obligation of a human to awaken, to transform energies, to participate consciously in the harmony of existence. We have also seen how this effort over time creates the Martfotai, the highest being body, the crystallized individuality, the part of us that is real and lasting. This work is not abstract. It is not far away. It begins here, in this moment, in this breath, in this sensation of oneself. Thank you for sharing this time with me. May your being deepen, and may your inner work find its rightful place in the great harmony of existence. So mote it be. This short talk was given in preparation for the Omnipresent Work Group. If you are interested in any of these ideas, and if you are interested in esoteric science and antediluvian wisdom through the lens of the fourth way, then please contact us via our website, omni-platform.net. The new ebook and paperback, Eternal Recurrence Cycle of Forms, is now available from Amazon.